I don't know if you ever feel out of control in your life. I don't know if you ever feel like, I don't even know which way's up. I don't feel like I have control. And so
somebody else is in control, whether it's a parent, whether it's just this mindset.
Yeah.
Some sort of force.
There's something that's making you feel like I can't even handle this. And so she's saying, move number 1, quit clinging to your childhood, get out of the house.
Hey you guys, welcome back to The Great Conversation. We are into the Odyssey. We are loving it so far, and we have really just loved how there's not just one journey. There are 2 journeys taking place. Yes. And today we want to talk about life, your life, my life, how we are all on this journey to get to where we want to go in life.
Yeah.
Because we all have a place that we want to get to. None of us are there yet. We're always growing. How is the Odyssey teaching us in that way?
Absolutely. But before we dive in, of course, what are you drinking? Drop it in the comments. Today, I have Nepog Castle. This is one of my favorites. This is the 12-year expression. My favorite is the 16, but the 12 is a little more budget conscious. So that's what I'm having today. I'll pour that.
Yeah, go for it. I am drinking what Ben would call a
Nomosa.
A nomoso. It's not morning time, but I am drinking a non-alcoholic version of a mimosa because I am pregnant. So I've got sparkling orange juice here. Maybe not as good as Ben's, but it'll do.
This is good. This is really good. So what are you drinking? Comment below.
Let us know.
It's great to have you back. Let's dive in.
So like I said in the intro, the Odyssey is great. We're loving it, especially after reading the Iliad. Definitely read the Iliad first.
100%.
It's going to give you a lot of context about things in the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
The Odyssey obviously is a journey, and coming into it, I was thinking, okay, it's just a journey for Odysseus, but there are 2 journeys taking place. Odysseus, who is stuck on an island trying to get home, and his son, who he has not met before, is at home, and he needs to grow up, he needs to get out of the house, he needs to do what a man should do, and Athena has come down in the guise of one of Odysseus's old friends, and she has come to Telemachos, and she is going to direct him to go on a journey. And so we are seeing these 2 journeys taking place, and it is amazing seeing how Telemachos is growing up through this journey.
It's so inspiring because any of us, no matter where we are at in our lives, we must develop, we must grow. No matter if you're 16 or 60, there's something that you're going through in your life that you must, in essence, get out of the house.
Yeah,
right?
And so that is kind of, we have 3 points that we have really, 4 points?
3 or 4.
3. Ben will talk us through that. He always has more points. We have some points of how we have really taken the story to heart. What do we need to do to get to where we want to go?
Yeah.
Just from some tips from the Odyssey. And so what do you need to do as well to get to your goal?
Yeah.
Whether it's a business goal, whether it's a family goal, whether it is just a life goal for your own joy and happiness, what is that goal that you want to get to? And so what is point number 1?
Yeah, point number 1 is get out of the house, as we're saying. And we're reading here. Our book is numbered, so I'm at 295 in book 1. It says, you should not go on clinging to your childhood. You are no longer of the age to do that.
This is Athena talking to Telemachos.
Yep, through Menetes. And so she's coming to him through this man, a friend of Odysseus, and the suitors are surrounding his house, eating his food, tearing things apart. There's so many basically external forces that are taking advantage of him. Mm-hmm. His mother's, these guys are trying to marry his mother, and he's like, he feels out of control. And I mean, I don't know if you ever feel out of control in your life. I don't know if you ever feel like, I don't even know which way's up. I don't feel like I have control. And so
somebody else is in control, whether it's a parent, whether it's just this mindset, some sort of force.
There's something that's making you feel like I can't even handle this. And so she's saying, move number 1, quit clinging to your childhood, get out of the house.
Yeah, you are a man.
Let's go on a journey. Okay. So that's step number 1. So we go on from there, and she's telling him, okay, get to the council, talk to the men. Okay. Now collect a council of the strongest men in the city to then get a boat or a ship or whatever they call them. and then get out onto sea and go find somebody who may know about your father. Step 1, get out of the house. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people, and even myself, have to do. I think recently this week, I had to get out of the house of my mind. We were talking a lot about some investments and things we want to do in our life. And I was stuck in the mindset of feeling negative towards a certain approach to investing. We'll just say that's what I was facing, and I had to overcome the negative thoughts that I had in the past that I'd built up, and I had to move
From your
past
childhood.
those. Yeah, it was childhood memories that made me feel very fearful of this investment that we're talking about doing, and I had to overcome myself to move forward in that.
Step number 1, let's get out of this mindset of I'm out of control, because we do have control.
Yeah,
we just have to
absolutely.
take the reins.
Absolutely. Step number 2, get a mentor. And it's really hilarious because the guy's name is Mentor.
Yeah.
I thought that was so
I think
funny.
That's just the background of like the translation from our English language.
Yeah, in our translation, his mentor is literally named Mentor. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. We're here in 267 in book 2. So he spoke in prayer, from nearby Athena came to him, likening herself to Mentor in voice and appearance. Now she spoke aloud to him and addressed him in winged words. Telemachos, you are to be no thoughtless man, no coward, if truly the strong force of your father is instilled in you. Such a man he was for accomplishing word and action. Your journey then will be no vain thing, nor go unaccomplished. Mentors can see the potential in you more than you can see yourself. A good mentor will pull out of you the greatness that is within you. She's saying here, A, I knew your father. And if you're the blood of your father, I know what you're capable of. B, I see you. I see the skills you have. I see where you've come from. I know your experiences. And I know through my own experiences where you can go. And this will be no vain journey. So much of the time, we can't see our own potential. And so a mentor pulls out of us the negativity, the doubt, and instills us with inspiration and courage.
Yeah, for sure. They encourage, but they also, as we're on that journey, can give us direction, because your mentor should have experience under their belt.
For where you want to go.
Right. So find a mentor that has taken a journey that is similar to what you want to go on.
Yeah.
Not someone who's done something completely random from what you're thinking. And they should be encouraging, but they also should be able to give you little critiques here and there to help you kind of correct yourself as you get off course.
Yeah, because really what we're looking at is Athena's the actual mentor, right?
Right.
I mean, she went into Menetes and she said, hey, quit being a child, right? Like, move on. And then she came and she went into Mentor and was like, all right, let's get on the journey. So they are going to...
And continues to go on the journey. Doesn't just tell you what to do.
Walks with you.
They're walking with you. They're checking up on you. They're texting you in the morning saying, hey, are you up this morning? Are you on your, the right path with the right mindset to do what you want to do today?
Absolutely.
Have you reached your goals?
Absolutely. Now, let's kind of take a step back here, because this is something that I've struggled with. I've struggled with finding physical mentors. And we're not going to get into a whole like, hey, how to find a mentor. But I will say that if you cannot find a physical mentor, a digital mentor will be an option. I have so many digital mentors, and they've gone with me through different stages of my journey of life. I had a digital mentor for the first phase of starting a business, of learning personal development. Now I'm trying to expand business beyond what I'm already doing. And so I have a new digital mentor who is helping me with another avenue of my business. And so don't turn down a digital mentor because you think it has to be something tangible. Find somebody who is where you want to go, and follow their knowledge.
And you can find digitally spiritual mentors.
Absolutely.
People that have done business. Obviously, there's lots of business mentors digitally, but life mentors, parenting mentors.
Yeah.
I mean...
And if you can find a physical one, I mean, that honestly is probably one of the best, because then there's an actual relationship. They actually see you. They see your faults. They see what you're going through.
And they are coming alongside you more.
Yeah. But if you can't find one, that has been a life save to me. I mean, you've just seen me change and grow so much through just digital. So
for sure,
don't discount that. There's major potential there. Next is to start the journey. Okay, quit being a kid. Let's get ready. Now, go. Let's get after it. So here in verse 400, book 2, Telemachos, already now your strong, grieved companions are sitting at the oars. This is Athena speaking through Mentor, and awaiting for you to set forth. So let us go and not delay our voyaging any longer. So spoke Athena, and she led the way swiftly. And the man followed behind her, walking in the god's footsteps. But when they had come down to the sea, where the ship was, they found the flowing-haired companions there by the seashore. Now the hallowed prince Telemachos spoke his word to them. Here, friends, let us carry the provisions. They are all ready and stacked in the hall. But my mother has been told nothing of this, nor the rest of the serving women. Only one knows the story. So there's two elements that I see here. First and foremost, up until this point, I'm pretty positive he had never been to sea. He had never cast out on a long voyage.
I mean, the men of the town were like even doubting whether.
Yeah, they're like, no. Should he? No, he should stay home and protect his house. And we know he wasn't going to be capable to do that because he felt overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. So the first thing with start the journey is learn new things, because this is something that he had no idea what he was doing. Like, really, I mean, I'm sure he had learned it through some of the men in the town. He'd heard about it. He'd seen it. But he had never taken this journey out on his own. He'd never set forth as somebody who's trying to go after one of his goals, which is to find his father. Mm-hmm. And so he went out. But the interesting thing, I think, is that he didn't tell his mom. And there was a number of reasons. The first reason was he didn't want her to be sad and be overwhelmed and hold him back. And honestly, there's some wisdom there, I think. Mm-hmm. I think there's some wisdom there because a lot of times people know you for who you were, not who you're trying to be. And I face that a lot. I think you face that a lot.
We all do, yeah.
We were a child in our parents' household. We were a child to our high school friends, our middle school friends. And so when you tell them, hey, I'm going to go on this great journey. Mm-hmm. No, you're not. You're the class clown. You're this, you're that.
Yeah.
And so...
Or they give you like these pep talks of like, oh, I did that, so let me give you my tips. Or, yeah, I did that and it failed. Or, ooh, I watched your video that you posted. And
yeah, it was good, but...
cool, yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
You're doing that thing.
And you just kind of always feel small because you feel kind of like an imposter sometimes.
100%. You
haven't proven that you can do this yet.
Absolutely. And so, A, you're going to be learning new things. B, unless you know that person will be a true inspiration and help to you, I wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it to yourself until you feel like, okay, I've got this going. I have like true confidence
Caught your stride.
This. Yeah. And like, I know that I'm going to commit to this and I'm going to keep going.
And a lot of what I talk about on this channel will be related to business. I mean, business really stands out to me, but really parenting. I mean, things we've decided to do with our children.
Oh, yeah.
Eating different food. I mean, we focus on eating organic.
Yeah,
and
so if you want to start this journey of a new lifestyle of eating and people are like, oh, let me tell you how it didn't work for me, or let me give you a different diet plan, or absolutely.
Oh, I intermittent fast, so hey, I'm going to start intermittent fasting. Oh, I intermittent fast. I do that once a week.
Yeah.
And so it's like you get all this baggage that can stack up. Mm-hmm. And so for him, he did not want the baggage. I hate to say that because it's his mom. Mm-hmm. The baggage of his mom. No, don't go. Telemachos. Telemachos, I need you. Where are you going? You can't do that. You've never learned that. Where is that even possible? There's so much doubt that can flood in.
Yeah.
But it feels good to tell people. So I'm not gonna say that it doesn't.
Right.
We get that dopamine kick. Hey, I'm gonna start the best YouTube channel and it's just gonna take off. And I'm gonna take over Marquez Brownlee with my tech YouTube channel. And so it feels good to say that. Mm-hmm. But then the doubt often floods in.
Creeps in.
Step 4 is to keep going when you face certain adversity, when you face true opposition to your journey and to your goal. So this is in book 4, and we're at line 660. It says, "Here now is a monstrous thing, this voyage made by Telemachos, and insolently put through. We thought he would never achieve it. A young boy, in despite of so many of us, has hauled down his ship and gone away, choosing out the best men in the country. The evil will begin to go further," speaking of the fact that if he finds Odysseus and brings him back, we won't be able to tear apart his house and steal his food. "May Zeus grant destruction of the life in him before he comes to the full measure of his manhood. Give me a fast ship with 20 companions. Let us lay in wait for his return." So a plan has been set for Telemachos, that when he comes back, if he finds Odysseus, if he doesn't, they're going to kill him. That's how this is unfolding. And so you don't know the pitfalls that you may face, but there will be pitfalls. And so be prepared. Be slightly pessimistic, not to negativity, but just an awareness of, hey, something could go wrong. Am I looking at the angles? Am I seeing the different pieces of the puzzle that are positive, but then also could be played against me?
Mm-hmm. Because at first, it's just like, oh yeah, this is going to be so easy. I'm going to do this. You have all that adrenaline. We're going on a new journey and everything's going to be great.
Yep.
But we are going to face opposition.
Face challenges.
And we're going to have a plan on how to get over those obstacles to keep going.
Yeah.
Because we want to reach the destination. We want to achieve our goals.
Yeah. And that's where the mentor comes back into play.
Yeah.
Mentors can show you the mistakes they've made before you arrive at them. I think a lot about parenting, business, food. You look at people who have gone before you and they can put those mistakes and share them back with you so you don't make a wrong move in your business, a wrong move with how you speak to your child, or maybe even a wrong move with your health. And all of those can have consequences, and those can easily be avoided by getting the wisdom of a mentor. So this is the journey that we're going on in the Odyssey. It is amazing, and we're already learning about Odysseus and what he's going through, and we're seeing how Telemachos is going out on his journey. So these two journeys are colliding, and it's been wonderful. The Odyssey has been just so much fun. And so let me know what your standout moment is. Let me know what really stood out to you. What have you been learning? What have you been seeing? What did we miss that you think we and others in the Great Conversation community need to know about? Comment below, engage. We're so happy to talk with you guys. It's been awesome. See you next time.
Bye, guys.